let's start the working of file handling. In the previous class, we have seen reading and writing both activities. Whenever we need to access record from a file, whenever we need to extract any record from a file, the process will be known as reading from a file. Whenever we need to write anything inside a file, the process will be known as writing to file. In previous class, we have seen reading as well as writing also. I will repeat myself from the writing part. If you still have any problem in reading, you can ask me, then I will revise it from the reading part. Since I got the complaint from the for the writing part, so I will start it from writing part. So to write data inside a file, Python provides you two methods. The first one, the structure of first one is write method with some string. So this string will be written inside the file. The second is write lines. When I will use write lines, then in the bracket as the parameter, I will provide either a list or a tuple or any sequence data type. We know the sequence data type we have learned since class 11. Sequence data types, list, tuple, etc. So if we would like to add these data, list or tuple or string or dictionary, anything in a file, then we need to use the function, and the name of the function is write line. Otherwise, in general, we can use write method. One thing I need to remind you that we are discussing the file manipulation with text file. We have not seen anything about binary file. So right now I am discussing only text file. Let's have one example. It will make you more clear. See, the first line is f is equals to open lvs text.txt in w mode. What is the w mode? W is the representation of write access mode. So I am opening the file lvs test.txt. No one has ever asked me, but I have to inform you that I have written the name of the file as lvstest.txt. .txt is the extension of any text file written in Notepad. So whenever you are going to see .txt, automatically you have to consider it that it is a text file. So this is a text file. The name of the file is lvstest, and this file will be represented by an object or the variable, and the name of the object is f. This file will be open in write mode. That means I can write the content inside the file only. I can't read the content because I have opened the file in write mode only. So I am instructing the compiler, kindly open lvstest.txt file in the write mode in the variable through the variable f. So according to this line, the file will open in write mode. Now 3 write lines. I am using the write method thrice. I am expecting that this line will be added, then this line will be added, and then the third line will be added. At the end of each and every line, I have put one switch, and that is /n. /n is the representation of new line. It has been hired from C language. First time C language have introduced /n. So /n is used for new line. So I am instructing the compiler that after writing we are testing, kindly come to new line. That means after writing we are testing, the cursor will come here. Then write method, again slash n, then that means the cursor will come at this position. And then finally I am writing in method. So in method will be written at this position. So just 3 line will be printed, will be saved in the file, and the name of the file is lvs.txt. And just for our convenience, I have written one print method, and the method is data returned to the file successfully. And finally, as I have told you, whenever you are opening any file, it is your duty to close it. That is why at the end of the programming, I am closing it. Let's execute the code.
सर क्लोज ना करने पे क्या होगा अगर
एरर देगा
क्लोज नहीं
बेटा, एक
करके?
बार ट्राई करके देखिएगा। इसमें तो यहाँ एक फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट यू कैन फाइंड द एरर हियर, first thing. And second, since you are using lvs.test.txt file through this object and you have not closed it, and in the next programming if you are going to use this file once again, lvs.test.txt, it may be possible the compiler will tell you that this file is already being utilized by or already being utilizing by some other programming, because you have not closed it. I will show it in the next class, because right now I have not recorded the error. I will record the error, then I will show you. So just for your convenience, you have to remember that whenever you are opening the things, you have to close it also. Now let's execute the code. So I got the output, data returned to the file successfully. That means my code has been executed. Now I have to check the file. The name of the file was lvs.test.txt. It would be saved in the same folder where I have saved my Python programming file. You can see the output. It is we are testing. In the new line, you are seeing the second line, that is write method, then in Python. That means it has been written in the file and it is in the write mode. Write mode means first it will create one vacant file and then start writing the content. This is all about writing mode. I am changing few content. In the third line, I am adding in Python for class 12. Now again, I will execute the code, save it and run it. And then I will check the file whether it has been implemented on the file or not. So again, I will open the file, the same file lvs.txt. You can see the change has been implemented in the same file lvs.txt, and the last line is in Python for class 12. Now again I will check one more time, in which now I will make 2 lines in the comment line. That means write method and the in Python for class 12, it will be in the comment line, and I would like to write only 1 line, and that will be we are testing and the test is over. Let's see the impact on the same file, that is lvs.test.txt. Every time whenever I am executing the code, the file will be overwritten. The previous content we are going to lose, that content will be lost and the new content will be available to you. You can see here we are testing and the test is over. The previous content is no more and we are having the new content, and that is we are testing and the test is over. This is how write method can be utilized. Now the second is your write lines. For write line, I am using one list. You can see here I have opened one file. The name of the file is test write lines.txt in the write mode. Then I am creating one list. This list is having few values. The first value is the first item is computer science, then the second is your physics with /n. /n, again I would like to remind you that it is for new line. Physics also with new line, chemistry without new line, and mathematics without new line. So all four subjects are written here in a list, and the name of the list is list list. So first I have created a list, and then I have instructed the compiler to insert the data inside the file through the list. For this, I have written the line f.writelines. In the parameter inside the bracket, I have mentioned the name of the list. And just for our convenience, at the second last line, I have written data written successfully, so that it will just instruct us that the code has been executed. And finally, close the file. Now let's check the output. So data written successfully. We have to check the file test writelines.txt, and it would be in the same folder. So it is here is the file, and you can see the output. Computer science in the first line, second line physics, in the third line chemistry as well as mathematics, because I have not provided the /n with chemistry. That is why chemistry and mathematics lies in the single line. I will manipulate the code few more times. Like now, I will add few spaces with chemistry, then again save it and run it. Executed perfectly. Recheck the file. Now you can see the space between the chemistry and mathematics, just because I have given the space after chemistry. Now I will put /n after chemistry, so that all the four subjects will come in individual single lines. Recheck the file, and you can see here the first line is having the value computer science, then the physics, then chemistry, and finally mathematics. This way you can utilize write lines method. So whenever you are using write lines method, you have to first create any list, tuple, string, or dictionary, and that list, tuple, dictionary will be added through the syntax that you can see here, like f.writelines and the name of the list, tuple, or dictionary. So this was about writing the data inside a file. There is one more statement, and the name of the statement is with statement, that you can utilize with open statement. The difference between open and with statement is that, as right a few moments ago Aditya has asked me that what will happen if I am not closing the file. So if you are not closing the file, then that file cannot be utilized in the next program, in the other program. But if you are coding your entire file handling programming with special keyword, and the name of the keyword is with. If I'm putting everything in the with statement, in that situation, you don't need to close the file. We can group the entire statement in one line, in few lines. It will create just as the segment that we have created using the while loop, for loop, or etc. It will just create some group. And the plus point with this group is that you don't need to close the file. If you are not closing the file, automatically the compiler will close the file. Let's check the code. It will make you more visible. See the code. I have written with. This is how we can write with option. With open. With open is the name of the file written here. With open is the name of the file. I would like to open in the write mode, and this will be represented by F. In the previous programming, I have written something like F is equals to open, and then the syntax, the parameters, same that is written here. But when I am using with statement, the syntax will change something like this. With open, then the parameters of the open as F. That means with open file will be opened in the write mode, and it will be represented as F. You can see the colon also here, just like our definition of the function, just like a while loop, for loop, and if loop. Since I have created this with the colon, you can see the indentation here. Entire code is written with a proper indentation. That means this line, first line, second line, third line, and fourth line, or 4 lines are now within the group of with statement. So this belongs to the these lines will belongs to with statement. And when you can see here, I have not closed the file. I have opened the file, and the name of the file was with open.txt. In the write mode, I have written 3 lines. We are, then the new line testing, third line with open function. And at the end of any part, you can't see that I have written f dot close. That means I am not closing it. F dot close is not available here. Of course, I have written f dot closed. It is also inbuilt function, and it will return something. What it will return? It will return the value, the situation of f. That is the value or the situation of with open.txt. It will return either true or false. It will return true if the file has been closed. It will return false if the file has not been closed. You can see here, I have not closed the file anywhere. So I am expecting false. And since you can see here, I have written the same line twice. First, inside the with block, and second, outside the with block. Let's execute the code, and then we are going to understand what will happen. See the output. First time, the output is whether file has been closed, and I am getting the answer false. And second time, when I am checking the same thing, whether file has been closed, I am getting the answer true. This was the code. The same print statement is here. The first is inside the with statement. For that, we are getting the answer false, because at this moment we have not close the file. That is why we got the answer false. But once the with statement has been completed, just one line ahead, again I am printing the same line, but here we are getting the answer true. That means just when the compiler is jumping from this line to this line, automatically compiler is closing the file. I have not given any any statement, any code here in which I have written f.close. So I am not closing the file, but compiler has closed the file. Here it was not closed, but once we are outside the with statement, it has been closed. This is the benefit of if this is the benefit of with statement. It is not mandatory for you that you have to use it. It is just one tool. You have to know it, and if you would like to use, you can use it. All the both f.close is having the same options. Now we are checking the file also. You can see here file is perfectly okay. We file is having the value that we have entered. I think this is all for today. Tomorrow I will start from this the same thing, that is the with operation. Then I will move ahead for append function.